Sure, we'll give you whatever you want.
Yeah.
I thought this shows Darken's cards just a little bit. Pride doesn't fucking matter to this guy. Not even a little.
Yeah.
He wants what he wants. He will do anything he has to do to get it. Regardless of what that means, if you need to rape a woman, steal a kid, kill a fucking person, lie to a queen, and have her assume that you're just gonna grovel at her feet once you're in power for whatever fucking reason, fine. It doesn't matter what people think of him because he has a plan.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys who are in charge, that pride is a real fucking thorn in their side, you know? Like, well, I can't have her thinking she's going to be more powerful than me. Fuck that. Darken's not this way. He is long game all the way.
Especially because he doesn't even know what some of those demands are. They could be like, you're going to marry me or some shit.
Yeah, it doesn't even fucking matter. He'll do it. He'll do it.
He also tells Demon one more reason that he will give in to whatever demands. He asks Demon, do you kill your little boyfriends? He calls them boyfriends, which they're not.
Gross.
Yeah. Before or after? And Demon gets a little weird, which I feel like is also weird. They have to have, like, conversations over a glass of beer about their nasty shit they do, right?
Yeah, I feel like Darken's more of a wine guy. Or maybe some of that alcoholic sparkling water they just came out with.
Well, they call each other friends, so I'm sure that they've had one or two powwows around the fire. Like, you know what I did last week?
They've had bits of this conversation before.
Yeah. So I thought that was a little weird, but he does say he likes it when they squirm.
Just here, I'm gonna drink some more of this because.
And Darken says that's the other reason. He wants to watch Melina squirm before she dies. Probably mainly because she made the demands, just to be like, see what you did there? You fucked yourself.
Right. Well, and then they smile at each other. Like, Demon's like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her, like, eagerly we will accept her demands just to fuck with her.
And Darken's like, okay, show me the boy.
And they start to walk out, like, arm in arm, smiling. Like,
they're all happy. Yeah, trickery and death. What fun. I'm pretty sure there's a Christmas song about that, right?
Yeah.
Which one was it? So they go out. I can picture him skipping. Like, hey, let's go to the kid. So Darken suddenly stops. And he turns, freaking out. What was that noise? This motherfucker heard a rose petal hit a stone floor from, I don't know how far away it was from him, but even if it was a foot away from him, I don't think that you would have heard this. And everybody who's not supposed to be in the room, all the guards who aren't there, apparently, start searching, and they find the rose petal. And he doesn't say a goddamn thing. He just nods at him like, yep, you know it has to be done now. So there's a guy somewhere who's in charge of keeping this crypt perfect, who doesn't even know that he fucked up, and there's a guard on their way to go kill him.
Yeah.
What a terrible fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And what's really just upsetting about this is that him and Demon were in a good mood. They were in, like, the happiest mood that they could possibly be in. And he flipped like that from, like, laughing and skipping to having tears of wrath in his eyes and, like, demanding a murder.
Yeah, he shook with rage. Like, he was speechless. He was so fucking mad.
Over a flower petal. He went from that to that.
Super chill guy, though. Really nice. He just flies into violent fits of rage. No big deal.
You just got to get to know him, you know?
God, could you imagine if this guy got the wrong color sweater on Christmas? He would freak the fuck out. I told you green!
I feel like he's not the kind of person who gets Christmas presents, and maybe that's why he's so angry.
Well, he probably just takes them. Never mind. Okay. So, he sends the guard off to kill the crypt keeper. He switches from this violent rage to victim immediately. He's like, Demon, why did they mock me with, letting flowers fall on the ground for 10 seconds while I'm in there? Am I too harsh on these people? Is that why they let this happen? And Demon's like, nah, I'd be fucking harder on them. Kill their asses. You're doing them a favor. They all know what the price is now, and you're giving them the quick death that they obviously signed up for.
Yeah. Demon might be just saying this because he knows if he doesn't say that, then Darken's gonna freak out again and be like, you know what? You're not a good friend. You should die too.
Right. Am I too hard on you, Demon? Can you read this knife? You're fucked. Oh, shit.
And as they head out towards the boy finally, he stops and weirdly is like, again, she comes to the boundary.
Weird.
Yeah.
And he adds that she has the help of a wizard. And Demon goes, Giller? No, not him. He's the old one. The one that I've been looking for. The one who killed my father.
Who killed my goddamn dad.
And this obviously alludes to the fact that it's Zed.
Yeah.
Zed is the old one. And he explained how, nobody knows who he is. And Darken has been saying this too. But Demon's like, hey, just because a quad doesn't come back doesn't mean it's the old one. And Darken goes, no, motherfucker. The Mother Confessor disappears into Westland, a quad disappears, and a Seeker has been named. So it's fucking him, okay? This is the guy.
Stupid.
Duh. And it doesn't really explain how he does that. It does mention earlier in the book that he can walk through the underworld. So Richard and Kaylin are obviously in the Narrows, and so they're right fucking close to the boundary of the underworld, and Darken can sense that or see that or something, and he can almost see her.
And it says he almost had them all, but he was distracted and they slipped away. And that must have been when the house exploded.
I think so, yeah.
Demon's like, let me send some more dudes. We'll take care of it. And Darken tells him, no, let's just wait. Is she hot, by the way? Is she hot? Yeah, it must not be like Star Wars where you can see somebody when you have a vision.
Like a ghost form.
Right, it's just like a feeling he got.
Okay.
But Demon tells him people fight over the chance to be in the quads that go after her so they could maybe, like, rape her. And Rahl's like, hey, knock that shit off.
Yeah, well, let's put a stop to that.
I'm a raper. And maybe I'll have a baby.
If you think about it, it's only fair. I mean, Darken's calling dibs, and dibs are rules. I mean, you have to abide by dibs, so.
I mean, at least you know he doesn't want sloppy seconds.
You can do whatever you want with a little boy, but sloppy seconds, that's crossing the line.
That's too far.
No.
Yeah.
We are disgusting people. Okay.
Well, it's not my fault. It's Terry Goodkind.
It's his fault. Terry, and here's the thing. I do remember reading this. I don't remember if it was an interview or maybe it was on the AMA, but Terry made a comment about why a lot of his books deal with rape, molestation, abduction,
torture, like the dark stuff.
Very uncomfortable things. And Terry's answer is fucking brilliant. He's like, because it's real shit. It happens all the time. Nobody talks about it because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, these two guys, one of the reasons that you hate Darken Rahl right off the bat is because of this conversation that these two guys are having. And I can say this hands down, if I ever thought that he was a real person and happened across this man, like murder instantly, you are the fucking problem. You need to die, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
You hate this guy. This made up man, you hate him.
Yeah, there's villains and then there's this guy. Because,
yeah.
I mean, Voldemort, he's a piece of shit. And, I mean, he may have done this stuff, but it never explicitly tells you.
I can't. I can't, Jade. I think it's time to stop and have another beer because God damn it.
Well, then let's head into another break. Do you want to have another beer?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. I think it's necessary.
Okay, we have another one of the milkshake stouts for you guys this evening. 2 beer breaks. Aren't you lucky? Merry Christmas.
Woo!
This one is the Imperial Oatmeal Milkshake Stout. This is a larger edition of our 7 malt blend along with steel cut oats and it creates a deep, dark beer featuring a rich, sweet, roasted flavor. Lactose adds complexity, body, and a residual sweetness with a smooth, creamy texture. It is a 7.5%.
Ooh, strong one. Good, I need that.
The proprietary malt blend is Pilsner, chocolate, crystal, biscuit, black, white wheat, dark Belgian caramel.
Oh, so the same as the last one.
Yeah. It's got milk sugars, steel-cut oats, and cocoa nibs.
It's crazy how they can, like, put the same shit into a different beer, but it tastes different.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job over there, Rochester Mills. I don't know if we've mentioned that, again, this is from Rochester Mills, if you haven't been listening to our last couple podcasts.
Yeah, I think maybe we forgot to mention that earlier, but yes, that's where all of these milkshake stouts are coming from, Rochester Mills.
Yeah, taste it. Do it.
Huh.
Right?
Okay, so this one is not as sweet as the maple.
No.
This one has a little bit more bitterness to it.
But it's so smooth.
It is very smooth. And I like oatmeal stouts. I'm not sure what flavor it is. It's like a roastiness that comes to it.
Yeah.
But still, a 10. Like, none of these beers have been bad. We haven't tried one of these. We'd be like, oh, what the fuck were they thinking?
We could buy a 6-pack of any of them.
Oh, yeah, or all of them.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie. I'm considering running to the store before they close tonight and scoop up another one of these because these are fucking good.
Yeah.
Good. And I'm super thankful that they are because the shit we are reading about right now is just awful.
We need the good beer to lighten our spirits on this Christmas Eve.
So we hope you guys are drinking right along with us because, I mean, we need a beer to get through this, and I'd like to think that you do too. So we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back right after this. And we are back. Damn, that was a good beer. I'm super happy we decided to do this. So, Demon and Darken.
The double D's.
Double D. They continue their conversation, and they've covered the Confessor. So now Demon's like, and the Seeker? What are you going to do about him? And Darken says he is even less than an annoyance. The Queen will give us the last box, so we have plenty of time, at least before the first day of winter, so there's no need for concern. Like, it's fine. The fucking Seeker's a whole nother thing. We don't even need to worry about him. And Demon goes, what about the book? And this was brilliant. The first time, I'll admit it, the first time that I read this book, I didn't pick up on this. But Darken goes, look, after I've traveled to the underworld, I'll search for the Cipher Boy again, okay? So stop worrying. Fate's on our side. But what Darken Rahl just told the reader is he doesn't know that the Cipher Boy is the Seeker.
Yeah. He's searching for Richard for 2 separate reasons.
Right.
And even he doesn't realize that.
Oh, he's going to be so pissed.
Well, and it also lets you know that the book is not just known by Darken right now either. He has at least told Demon that he needs it too. I mean, I don't know if that really comes into play later, but at the beginning of the book, we thought it was just Richard and Darken who would know about this book.
Did we know that Darken would know about the book?
He put the boxes into play. I don't think he said it because he doesn't talk to anybody about it, but he thought about the fact that only the person who had the boxes opened would know about it.
He put them into play, so he must have some information from the book.
You get information, I think, when you put the boxes into play, somehow. Yeah.
That could be. Would that mean, then, that Darken Rahl is the true owner of the book? Or would that mean, then, that Richard's dad was trying to keep this book away from Darken?
I think that somebody else was guarding the book, kind of. Like, they had possession, and that's why it was behind whatever beast it was. It was being protected. And
right,
then,
that the tooth came from.
Mm-hmm. But then Richard's dad was like, yoink.
Mine! Well, he called dibs, and as we've discussed earlier in this episode, dibs is dibs. You got to abide